Okay, this is a pretty fun one. All of the sounds that you heard in the introduction there, except for the drum kit of course, was generated on the Helix. You could see that I was pressing the foot switch for changes. So Stuart asked on a couple of days ago, I was asked by my keys player to come up with a pad sound for the chorus in Ed Sheeran's Castle on the Hill. I'm playing the 2-note pedal riff with an AC30 clean sound for the verses. I have zero idea how to even start going about this. Any ideas? The likes of John Cordy seem to have many great pad sounds, but so no idea to mix it with an already nice clean sound. So Stuart, first things first, fire your keys player, and second of all, this is the preset I put together. Now what I'm going to do is actually show you how I would set this up if I was going to do it live. So let's jump to the board. Thank you guys for watching these videos. Please feel free to like and subscribe. If you want this preset, I'll put it into the pads folder. But yeah, there's some other videos where I've built these kind of presets and some other tones in lots of different keys, so you might find it useful for practice even. So the thing that I have here is I've got a whole kind of pads sort of set list which can take me through loads of different keys. So I started off with this DPads was the one, and the way that I have this set up is snapshot 1 is chord 1, 2 chord 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So essentially I could play any key song that stays in one key. Which is really fun. So this is the song Castle on the Hill is in D. So this is where I started off for this preset, and it's down here, DPadsCastle, and I'm going to show you another alternative for this. So essentially this is quite a simple preset. What we've got going on, we're using a 3-note generator, and per snapshot we set up the chords. Then there's an EQ, which is kind of a high cut, and I'm also boosting a level here, and then I've got a glitch delay after it, which is also kind of adding some of the sparkly stuff, and that one's also boosted as well to get a bit more level. And then we've just got a line 6 Von 2 here for like an edge of breakup kind of tone, and last of all we go into a dynamic plate. So a very straightforward preset, and the other cool thing is that you've got a whole path free if you're using a Helix floor or a Helix, as Stuart is, so you could even get rid of this amp and just use this for the pads part and put in your normal preset below here. Now this bottom part here is straightforward snapshots. These ones here are actually command center based. So as I say, it's the same kind of thing. So if we go into this little block here, you'll see each of these is chords that change per snapshot. Now what I'm going to do is an alternative, because at the moment you'd have to do quite a lot of tap dancing to get this to work, and what I thought was we could just get rid of all of this. I'm going to go into the command center and lose all of these, and what I'm going to do, because I don't need all of the diatonic chords, I need 6. So what I'm going to do therefore is program this in a certain way. So for snapshot 1, if we're in snapshot 1, I need this to be a snapshot command that will take us to chord 3, snapshot 3. So then when I'm on chord 3 I need it to be chord 4. Then when I'm on chord 4, I want it to be chord 6 next. Then on chord 6, I need to go to chord 5. And then from there, I need to go to chord 7. And then back to 1. So we should hopefully now have a circle which takes us all the way through. would work, and over here I might just bypass the synth altogether here. We could turn off the dry level if we want to, and then it's not going to pass any dry signal through there. So then we can go and just save that. Let's just see how this is going to work. When we don't want it, and then we can come straight in. So that kind of works. So I don't know whether you want to do this for most of a set list, because it would mean that you were essentially tied to your Helix, but for the odd thing, and you might even not need to do kind of the bass part, in which case you could just use a pad which basically stays the same throughout, and if your bass player is playing bass and isn't like your keys player, then you'll be fine, right? Because you can just go. So you could even get rid of like the low note with this level here, and then it'd be more of a generic pad like. So let me know if you can think of a use for that, aside from sort of living on a prayer, that sort of thing. I think even there could be a world where it might be useful to run this sort of thing and have it on a separate path where you could send this out to the front of house for certain things, sort of to thicken up the sound of a band. I don't know, yeah, this wouldn't be something I'd want to do all the time, but occasionally, if your keyboard player is being funny, you could maybe program this in. But it does take time to sort of go in and make these changes. I like to use the saw down. It's got a really nice soft sound to it, especially once you use an EQ to kind of take off some of that higher end stuff. Without the EQ it would sound like this. And then for like a bit of a warmer synth tone, just turn on the EQ. Hopefully that was vaguely useful, Stuart. I'll drop this into the pads folder. Have fun with it. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and if you've got other suggestions for Helix type videos that you want to see me try and tackle, I'll be happy to do so. Cheers.